I'm an artist, and I've always been drawn to places with a soul, places where I can find inspiration for my paintings. I heard about the sprawling, abandoned mansion on the outskirts of the city. Locals said its former owner was an eccentric astronomer who filled it with strange artifacts and celestial tools. One Friday, as dusk settled, I decided to go. The iron gate was ajar, and I walked down a long, overgrown path lined with ancient trees that seemed to point toward the house. The building was immense and shadowed, its windows like vacant eyes. Yet, something compelling about it pulled me in. I pushed open a massive wooden door. The air inside was heavy and cold, thick with the scent of dust and decay. The mansion's interior was a labyrinth of cobwebs and broken furniture. But one room at the end of a long hallway caught my attention. It had a strange, faint blue glow emanating from within. I approached and opened the door, finding myself in what must have been an observatory. In the center was a huge telescope pointed at an open part of the ceiling, revealing the night sky. What truly captivated me were the paintings on the wall. They all depicted a black star-filled void, but the stars within them seemed to be moving, alive on the canvas. I'm not a believer in the paranormal, but what I saw defied logic. I stood before the telescope and looked through the eyepiece. I saw the same strange moving stars from the paintings, and it felt like they were looking back at me. Then, a whisper came from behind me, clear and chilling. "Welcome to my kingdom." I whipped around, but there was no one there. The voice was distinct, but its source was the mystery. My heart pounded. I looked back through the telescope, and the stars were swirling faster. In a flash, a searing pain shot through my head as if something were trying to crawl inside my mind. I recoiled from the telescope, my head throbbing with heat. When I looked into a broken mirror nearby, I saw that my eyes had turned a startling luminescent blue, the same color as the glow in the observatory. I ran from the mansion, but as I left, I felt something chasing me just beyond my peripheral vision. I heard footsteps, a light scurrying sound, but every time I spun around, nothing was there. I finally made it home. The moment I closed the door, I heard the same whisper. "Now, you are one of us." In the days that followed, strange things started to happen. Any painting I tried to create, no matter the subject, the colors would inexplicably turn to that same haunting blue. I tried to paint my own eyes once, and the portrait showed them glowing blue. Another time, I painted a simple landscape, and the entire scene became a swirling tapestry of that eerie blue. I tried to call a friend, an engineer, and told him the story. He just laughed it off, saying, "It's probably just stress." Right after, I heard the whisper again. This time, it didn't speak words. It told me my friend was already turning, that his eyes had become blue. A sudden, intense cold washed over me, and I knew the entity was in my house. I looked into a mirror. My eyes were glowing, and beneath my skin, bright blue lines were spreading, pulsing like veins of light. I didn't understand what was happening. I was transforming. I was becoming one of the beings in the paintings. The whisper returned, but now it felt less like a threat and more like a promise. "Now, you are ready to explore the cosmos with us."